What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Between Sets Core Sport. Today we have probably the reason that I have my job here, really. I don't know if you ever... No, I told you that, right?
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Okay. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Zach Mikrut. I'm from Mount Greenwood. I went to Brother Rice. I started out here because I tore my ACL, and I've been just here ever since.
Yep. You just can't get rid of him. He just loves the game. He loves being here. First and foremost, Zach, what a touch of class bringing in the Pappy's Milkshakes.
Pappy's.
Cheers. Cheers. First guest that ever brought anything on here. Not saying anything against anyone that's been here before, but what a class act.
I had to stand out some way.
Yeah, what a class act there. We also want to shout out Bobby for ditching us today.
Oh, yeah. Bobby, lights are way too bright, huh?
Lights are too bright for Bob. No, I'm just kidding. But we're going to kind of go over today. We're going to expand into our ACL Chronicles, kind of talking. We have a little series going on about how we're talking about ACL, and then we're also going to talk about a little bit, too, of the mental side of stuff, kind of coming back from ACL. We've been really harping in on ACLs. We see all kinds of injuries here, but we do see quite a bit of ACLs here, and we take a pride of being one of the clinics around that specializes in ACLs and sees a lot of ACLs, but also someone like you who has gone through that grind of ACL and is now playing a college sport. So it's good to get the insight of someone that's gone through the grind and is now, living their normal life again and competing at the college level. So that is awesome. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
I do want to start off just how I touched in the beginning of this was you are basically the reason I got my job here.
Yes, it is.
Do you remember?
I do. So I got surgery through Rush, and my doctor, Dr. Chawla, prescribed me or pushed me to go to Bensonville at the Bodome.
Yes.
And I was supposed to be with, what's his name, ACL Dave?
Yeah, Dave
ACL,
Heiloff.
ACL Dave. And I walk in, and I'm kind of locked in on my test, and all of a sudden I see this guy, and we start talking and asking me where I'm from, where I go to physical therapy, and I said core sport, and he happened to know Declan Smythe, and
I do know Deck.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
One story led to another, and now he's here.
Declan overheard you and Bobby talking about your lower body assessment. So I was doing sports performance with MOR, Midwest Orthopedics, and I was at the Bodome. I was part of their sports performance team. Dave Heiloff was my mentor, still one of my goats, got me off my feet, kind of first boss I ever had. Guy was a great boss. And Declan overheard you and Bobby talking about you going to do this VALD assessment, and then Bobby wanted to know what the assessment was, and he's like, dude, I want that here. And then what other way than to just straight from the source? I mean, I think the next day I was on a call with Bobby at the Bodome, and, Bobby was like, hey, we really want to have something that you're doing there over here on the south side. I know, Declan was saying that you're from around here. You've been around here. You know a lot that's going on around here. And I was like, oh, dear. And then I think the next day I was talking to Diane.
Yeah, when I walked in and I saw that equipment, it was just out of this world. And I felt like I was past 40 years. And now
we use it we use it all the time here.
Yeah.
Shout out VALD.
Shout out VALD.
But, yeah, we use their equipment all the time. And that was the biggest thing was, like, Bobby wanted someone that is familiar with the equipment because it was – it's not that it was stressful, but I came here and I'm like, Bobby's a doctor. Like, all these three people are like, how do you use this? And I'm like, well, all right, well, here you go.
You're the brains
Dave,
now.
Dave honestly was like, when I was learning how to use it, he was basically like, you have a lower body assessment today. I'll oversee you doing it, and I'll let you know if you mess up. And I'm, like, shaking the first time I do it. I'm like, dude, this is kind of nerve-wracking. What if I mess this up?
Dave's a serious guy.
He is, but he's also not. He's kind of like a lot like Bobby, truthfully.
Okay.
Like, Bobby has that switch where it's like you're golfing with him one time, just, like, messing around, chirping, just clowning around, and then, boom, he's got an ACL in here, and he's, like, dad mode right away.
No. Yeah, Bobby could be very serious, but also could be really fun. But Dave, I thought he was really serious guy.
Yeah, he locks in. He does lock in.
Just the whole Bodome, it was kind of like the lights were. I was going in the big leagues, and I'm at the Bodome, and I see Nick.
Yeah, I was. It was a really, really cool spot. But maybe we'll have the Core Dome soon.
Yep, the Core Dome coming soon.
That'd be unbelievable.
That would be really cool.
Unbelievable. So yes, first of all, I just want to say. And I feel like if I never tore my ACL, I would never be where I am today. But truthfully, if you never tore your ACL, I don't know if I would be here right now. So not thank you for tearing your ACL, but thank you for doing a sports or a lower body assessment with us.
Of course.
Really, I mean, it pioneered me. And now I have a podcast. So
it's an honor.
It honestly came down to your knee. I mean, if you think about it, your knee has changed my life.
Thank you.
And I'm sure it's changed yours a
little
bit.
It has changed my life a lot. But I'm glad it's going to change yours.
Yeah, dude. It's like whenever you can, make 2 positives out of 1 negative, that's great. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. So speaking about your knee, the next topic I want to get into is just going to give us a background and kind of talk about like what sports you were playing at the time when you tore your ACL, if you even want to touch on how you tore your ACL and just kind of the process that you went through with that.
Okay. So I went to Brother Rice and I played basketball and volleyball. It was my junior season in volleyball, so around April or May. And pretty much it was a contact injury in volleyball, pretty rare to see. But I landed on someone's foot and my ankle didn't give out, and then the next thing that gave out was my knee. Tore my ACL, tore my meniscus, and I pulled my calf and all that. And then I got surgery about 2 weeks later. Saw Bobby all through that whole year of recovering through ACL. I was at the original core, and now this core, and now they have the expansion. So I've been through all this.
You've seen the growth.
I've seen the growth.
Well, Bobby was telling me too. Your brother was like the first,
John,
patient ever.
Yeah, my brother John, back when they were on 95th Street.
Yeah.
John has quad tendonitis, and he got that freshman year, I think, or sophomore year. And yeah, John saw Bobby back when he had one room to himself, and John kind of pushed me to go to Bobby for my knee, and I got really close to Bobby, closer than John ever was. Yeah, because John only was there for about 3 months, and that's it.
Just short stay.
Yeah. But after I tore my ACL, I've been here, and 9 months later, we were at the tail end of our basketball season, my senior year, and I got cleared, and I played basketball for about a month, and then the season ended, and continued my volleyball season perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So.
Bobby, and this isn't everything calling out Bobby. Bobby sent me a video of you playing volleyball when he went to go see you play volleyball, and he said he was crying like a baby on the sideline.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever told you that.
No, he never told me that.
Now
that's news to me.
Now everyone that's listening to this knows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and dude, I remember when you were playing basketball and you would come in like during the state run and everything. Mm-hmm. I vividly remember we were we were out and you came in and we were just all like anytime you jumped or something, but it was just, it's like you're watching, you're like, for me, Bobby's like, he's probably watching like his son play, you know what I mean? Or like a son-like figure to me. I was like, that's like one of my good friends. Like, it's the reason I'm here. But it looked great.
I just dribbled the ball out. I wasn't doing anything.
Hey, but still, you never know. It was great to see you out there.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And then when I started working here too, it was cool to take you through the vault stuff. Like, you were one of the first guys I worked with here too. We had a couple sessions together, and it was like full circle.
Oh yeah,
like, dude.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
It was cool. So you were the reason.
Yeah, Bobby never told me he cried. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I just put that out
Bobby.
there. I put that out to the public.
Oh, Bobby.
He won't get mad. That's why you got to be here, Bobby, because then you can at least expand it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he told me that, and I was like, actually, that's gonna go straight on the podcast. Yeah. You can't give me ammo before the podcast. But it is like we were sitting here with our ACLs yesterday. Jared had like a nice little sentimental moment about like how he's learned so much from his ACLs, and I'm like, who's cutting onions in here? Yeah, like right. It's a really cool like feeling seeing like your guys get back out there.
Oh yeah.
Even like you playing in a college sport, or like it could be a high schooler just getting back to like, say that was your last game, just dribbling out the ball. I'd be like, dude, that's so cool. Yeah. Still.
It was still cool. Just me just getting back on the court.
Yeah, that feeling.
Something I didn't think was going to happen, but it happened. Not through, thanks to Bobby, thanks to Nick, thanks to all core sport, but
yeah.
Who's cutting onions, huh?
Yeah, who's cutting onions? So that goes on to my next point, and it's kind of about how Bobby's view, and Jared talked about this yesterday too, like we have learned so much from every ACL, because every ACL is different. So, and we harped on this for a little bit yesterday, was like every ACL we learn something new about, whether it's whatever kind of bump that this person has, and some people are flawless through their ACLs, but we still learn stuff from it. One of the biggest things that Bobby found out was kind of how to approach like an ACL and step away more than traditional like physical therapy and kind of treat it more like a sports performance, especially for someone that's trying to get back to sport. There's difference in someone that's just trying to get back from ACL recovery just to live their normal life. And then there's also a different kind of recovery when you're going back to play a college sport or you're going back to play a high school sport. So Bobby kind of put his everything he learned from like PT and kind of blended that in with like sports performance. So that's when you started doing like the different kind of mesocycles and everything. And I want to talk about like how Bobby started to look at different kind of phases for you. So like the eccentric phase, the concentric phase. I'm sure you remember all of that.
Yeah, I remember all of that. I remember the eccentric phase was not my favorite, but it was really cool to see that he was putting all his effort towards physical therapy and athletic training in one. Mm-hmm. And that really helped out me getting back to 100%, 1,000%. It was really cool because it was 6 weeks was eccentric.
Yeah, it's usually a 6-week like mesocycle. Yeah. So it's 6-week eccentric. We usually start off with eccentric, and then we go to isometric, and then we go to concentric.
Yes. So I felt like I did that 3 times throughout my recovery in 9 months. So, yeah, it was tough, man.
It's a great.
Bobby definitely pushed me to my limits. But with that.
He doesn't mess around. So no. I asked this question before too, and I like to just get kind of all of our ACLs to like talk about it. Like, what was you kind of said eccentrics were tough, but what was like that was the toughest phase you went through?
Eccentrics is definitely up there. Also, probably jumping at first. Yeah. Like not like the physical side of it, but the mental side. Like, oh, I could run and cut the way I can, mm-hmm. or I would back in whenever I was healthy. But just getting over that mental hump was also tough. But the eccentrics, they kicked me.
Yeah, you'll feel those. You'll feel those for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. I always bring it up. Like, I never thought I would like. It's unbelievable how you like forget how to walk. And when coming out of my ACL, I was talking about it too. Like, I was like, why can't I figure out how to walk the same way? And you could see people, and it's completely normal. Like, their walking gait and their gait is just completely trashed. Yeah.
I felt like a baby trying to learn how to walk again.
Yeah,
it's cone set up, heel toe,
or like the hurdles.
The hurdles.
Yep. It's
like, why can't I walk again?
Why can't I figure this out? This is annoying. Yes. This is so annoying.
I gotta train all my muscles to walk again.
And that kind of brings up the next point is like on the mental side of it. Like, what was some of the hardest things mentally? I mean, you can even say it's still like jumping and cutting and all that, because it took me.
That's not the answer.
Oh, you got more?
Yeah, I got more.
Yeah, let's go deeper. Because like for me, it was straight up like when I got done, I was done. I was cleared, graduated, everything. They were cutting onions when I was leaving there and everything. My mom documented like my whole rehab journey. It was like a vlog. I was like, Mom, what are we doing right now? But when I got back and I tore my ACL my senior year and then went and played baseball the next year, and you would have thought I never swung a baseball bat before. I mean, I would not use my back leg. So I tore my right, and that was my pivot leg when I was swinging.
Oh, yeah.
And you would have thought I never swung a bat before. I actually was like, I don't know if I can play couch sports.
It's weird because you just forget what you were good at.
100%. And no, I didn't have like, I had a very, I say it all the time, my PT was phenomenal, but I didn't have a turf field there. I didn't have like, rotational stuff that I was doing. So it was kind of like new to me, and I kind of just figured it out from like going to hit off the tee or taking batting practice and everything. But I was very, very mentally like scared to use my leg. So that was my biggest hump. And then one day I just looked in the mirror. I'm like, dude, stop being a baby. Like, you have a career to figure out. These guys are paying you to play baseball. Or, I'm getting a scholarship for this.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to lose this scholarship. But what are some of the things, like, mentally that you were going through?
Sleep.
Sleep?
Yep. I couldn't sleep. Those first 2 months, like month and a half, you're usually supposed to get 8 to 9 hours. I was lucky to get 4.
Really?
Yep.
Like, uncomfortable or, like?
Uncomfortable, pain, everything. I would wake up in the morning. I would sleep, like, 20-minute, 10-minute intervals. Yeah, I would just no sleep at all. And I come to PT looking like a mess.
A zombie.
A zombie, yes.
Bobby, I got no sleep last night.
Yeah, sleep was one of them. Another, again, landing, cutting, jumping, all those, of course, but sleep was huge.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, people underestimate sleep.
Yeah, truthfully.
Because during, like, that back half of my ACL recovery, I was getting, the 8-9 hours that you're supposed to. And I'd feel great if I got that. If I got 6 hours or 7 hours or whatever, you feel it. You feel it in your knee. You feel that sharp pain in the back of your knee or in the tendon area, and
it's like your body. Your
body speaks to you.
Yeah, it's not having time to recover enough, and it's a big thing too. Like with rehab, I mean, it could be any injury. Like that amount of rest you get definitely plays a role in how well you're recovering.
Yeah, exactly.
Or how well you can attack the therapy the next day. Like say you have therapy on Monday, sleep like poop on Tuesday, and then Wednesday you're therapy is all messed up. You know what I mean? So. That's a good one. We haven't really talked about that.
No.
See, that's why you got to get different.
Bobby knows. I tell him all the time, Bobby, I slept like poop.
Yeah, and it's like they have like the Whoop thing now.
Yeah. I don't have a Whoop.
I don't.
I know a
either.
lot of friends of mine that have the Whoop.
They have like the core sport. All the guys in here have, and they all compare. They have like a leaderboard of like sleep and recovery and everything. And I'm just like, guys, I don't even want to share my data.
No. You don't want to see my data.
You don't. You don't want to see my data on Friday, Saturday.
No. That's another thing. The weekends.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. The weekends. So that's when your knee hurts.
Because it's like, I mean, I got grad parties. I mean, people are doing stuff.
Exactly.
I'm trying to live my life.
Exactly.
I put my knee behind me. I want to go enjoy my normal life. And then it's like, okay, Jared sometimes is like my recovery score. I bring up Jared every single time I talk on this mic.
Jared.
It's hilarious because he sleeps for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
No, his sleep score is unbelievable. Apparently.
Really?
Like
good or like
horrible,
really bad?
Horrible.
Yeah.
But I guess his recovery is decent, or I don't know. And then they're talking like HRV, which is a big thing too. I mean, we're going super in depth now, but
yeah.
I also feel like too when you see those numbers, you start like getting in your head about it. You're like, wait, do I act like my recovery is 30%? Then I feel like I'm going to start feeling worse about myself.
That's what I thought when I was getting 3 hours of sleep, and I knew that through my screen time. I would check my screen time off the charts. I won't put out a number out there, but I would look at my screen time and I'm like, come on, you're the biggest loser ever.
There's no way I sat here for 18 hours on TikTok.
Yeah, doom scrolling. Oh my God.
Yeah, that'll get you. That really. Yeah. I gave up.
But the thing is, I don't play video games, so I didn't have like an Xbox.
Yeah.
Or something just to
like. At least you're using your brain a little
TikTok,
bit.
Netflix,
you just
Prime Video, just movies and TV
See,
shows.
movies are a little bit different, but like the doom scrolling too. I'm in a weird stage of where I go to bed like 2 hours before my fiance, and she is the queen of scrolling, and I'm like right there, right before I'm going to bed, and I'll hear like just the whatever popular TikTok songs going on at the time, and I'm like, you got to turn this down, honey. You got to turn this off right now because this is affecting me, and you're ruining my day.
Yeah,
and it's not even the next day, but you're ruining my day tomorrow.
My biggest pet peeve is when your phone is too loud.
Yeah, no.
John is really bad at. His phone is always turned up all the way, and I just hear his TikToks.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you gotta respect your roommate, and I'm telling you, I'm like, as your roommate, you should be turning this.
Exactly.
You gotta turn this down.
Yeah. Another one I want to touch on is my eating. I did not eat at all. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost so much weight. I lost 25 pounds.
Did you?
Yeah. Usually you think like, oh, I'm sitting on TikTok all day, I'll gain weight, or I'm eating a lot of weight. And no, I lost 25 pounds because I just didn't eat.
I got so much heavier
during
ACL. Oh my gosh. So instead of like doom scrolling, I was doom eating. Like, okay. I just would hammer everything in the house. I actually was like just sitting down. I remember I had a table, like a coffee table, and this is my left leg, but I would prop it up here, ice machine on, Fortnite for like 8 hours. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like my friends are at school. And then after like 1 week of that, I'm like, I actually might like never play a video game again in my life. It was unbelievable. And I was just eating everything under the sun because I was bored. And I feel like I was just like bored eating at the time. And I'm just sitting here eating food and like I call it doom eating, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
No. But no, that's a big point. All right. So next thing I want to talk about.
Thank you, Brittany, for fixing my mic.
Yeah, Brittany, I shouted her out last time because it was unbelievable. This stuff, like people
don't cut that.
No,
we appreciate you.
So one of the main things late stage that Bobby was working with you, and I don't know if you remember it, but I definitely remember it, was your LSI side to side was really good, but you were lacking rate of force development. So another thing that we look at with our vault equipment and all the vault stuff that we use is an athlete's rate of force development. So that means how fast that specific body part or that specific muscle group can produce force. And that's that's like the suit, like going in depth with ACL clearance and honestly just injury prevention, or, ligament safety in general. So your non-surgical side was producing force a lot faster than your surgical side. So your strength was there. You just weren't producing that force as fast as you can.
Are those fast twitch muscles or fast?
Well, it's more of fibers? Your muscle group. There's fast twitch muscle fibers in different muscle groups, and then there's like your hamstrings, fast twitch muscle fibers. Quads, not that much, but it's basically how fast you can produce force, like with your quad. And one of the main things that Bobby was talking about with me when he was kind of going over everything was the biggest thing they had to work on was like rate of force development. So I remember one of the main things was like you kicking into the band on the sled. Do you remember doing all that?
I still do that. Bobby still makes me do that.
Yeah, because he doesn't want you to lose it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
So just talk about like at the end there, what was it like basically adding, you can call it like the cherry on top to all of it. Because it's like, okay, you met your LSI, you met your strength numbers already. You're all good. You're like, okay, I'm good to go. And then they hit you with, hey, we have to work on actually how fast you can produce force in that muscle.
That's the thing about VALD. VALD points out or can figure out whatever you're weak in.
Yeah.
So you think you're good in one area, and then you get this test that shows the LSI or the rate of force development that mine is not good.
So yeah, like bringing up the LSI, your limb symmetry index. So that's how symmetrical your muscle groups are side to side. So it's a big thing that we look at. It's basically like the baseline of clearance. So you got to make sure your surgical quad is 10% or higher symmetry to your non-surgical side. And that goes to the same for the hamstring groups. And we also look at that in jump height, landing force, all this deep in-depth stuff. And then we start looking at RFD, which is the rate of force development, and that's where you were kind of lacking. And that was where like the last kind of month and a half was focused on before you were like fully cleared.
Yeah. So the VALD exposed my rate of force development that it wasn't on point, and we really worked on kicking into a band or doing like single leg jumps as fast as I can, getting off the ground as fast as I can. I still do all this to this day. Bobby makes me do this.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I put all this time and effort in. He'll be damned if he loses that. You know what I mean?
So my rate of force development is way better than it ever was.
Yeah, I mean, like I said today, you were in earlier for PT.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, we should just do it in here, and you're just skipping the whole time. I mean, you got some bounce.
Yep.
I mean, you really.
Yeah, I gained it all back. So.
That's huge.
And more. So.
Did you feel, and I felt like this is a good question for ACLs, did you feel like you were the same when you went back? Or stronger when you went back?
Oh, 1,000,000% stronger.
Stronger, right?
Yep.
I felt the same
Mentally,
way too.
physically, all that, all the above.
And that's a big thing too. And that's why, like going through and going as in depth as we do with, looking at rate of force development and looking at other factors other than just the limb symmetry index, that's the bottom line of how someone can go back feeling the same, if not better. Because I mean, that's the best thing possible if you go back feeling better than you did before surgery.
Yeah, that's the end goal. Just try to feel better.
It's huge. And it's like that first time when you like get out of surgery, you're like, I'm never going to be the same again. No. And then you're like, all right, actually I'm going to be better.
A long 9 months later. And then,
It's, sometimes it's short. Sometimes it feels short. Like I'm already on 8 years from my ACL surgery. Like that's insane.
I'm at about 2.5.
See? Like, and
2.5. Or two.
That's crazy.
Yep.
It's already 2.
It did fly by like that.
It's like nuts. I mean, month 1 through 4 is a grind.
Month 1 and 2 are the worst.
When you're just table ridden.
Yes.
1 and 2 is like, all right, this just cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
I
completely agree. It's awful.
And then you make it through that hump. Then you get out of your brace. You start walking again. But then you're like down the dumps that you don't know how to walk anymore. Then you get that figured out. Then you start jumping. Then you're like, wait, I can't jump really that well anymore. Then you're down the dump. It's like just like this the whole time.
It really is a roller coaster. I remember that we were at 103rd and Maplewood, that one.
Yeah.
And Bobby let me run for the first time. and it was after one of our sessions, and I was on the treadmill outside, and I remember I'm like, this is too easy. Why can't I just like push myself?
Yeah.
So I start sprinting. Bobby's working with someone. He's turning around.
He's like, Zach, enough.
Yeah,
That's enough.
Literally, he was like, Zach, enough.
You're like, dude, this is really easy.
Yeah.
Did you go through the whole return to jog program? Is that not the worst thing ever?
It was the worst thing ever. Bobby handed me a sheet of paper, and it's like 8 different runs.
Yeah, and then like the first run's like 2-minute run, 10-minute walk or something like that, and you're like, and I'm supposed to repeat this 5 times?
Yes.
Like I got to take an hour and a half out of my day to do this.
Right. So that's why I thought like, 2 minutes, I could probably sprint this.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
And then he was like, he probably would almost puke.
Yeah, because I haven't been out of breath in a long time, and then it's like
that's another
just
thing.
the feeling of being like my heart racing, like I'm out of breath. It was a good feeling to have with him.
I am working with a college baseball player right now, and he's coming back from ACL, and I'm kind of doing the finishing touches with him right now. Mm-hmm. You should see how out of breath he is after the dynamic warm-up.
Really?
Oh, my God, you would think he did like a 100-yard dash. Mm-hmm. It's like, dude, we got to build that back up. We definitely. And you lose it. You lose it. I mean, it's not like he's the only person that did it. I still don't even feel like I recovered from this. But I don't run as much as I should. But yeah, there's a lot of like different factors that come into it. With that. But yeah, the RFD thing is huge to look at. Like I said, like especially for someone late stage, we knew you were going to play. I mean, you committed to college like.
I committed to college during my recovery. I got offered and committed during my recovery.
And we were like, okay, so now we got to make sure we are checking every single box, which we do all the time, even if you were just going back to high school. But now we have this, we're like, all right. It's not like you're just like done and just going to college. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome.
But then also, what's the test with your quads and your hamstrings?
This is my favorite one. This is the one I preach on. It's the quad to hamstring ratio.
Yes. So Bobby put me back on the vault. Mm-hmm. He assessed me 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, something like that. And just another test that kind of kills you. My quad to hamstring ratio was not good at all. So now Bobby's got me doing straight hamstrings.
Here, right now? That's what you're doing now?
Oh, yeah.
You sleep on your hamstrings?
All posterior chain.
Yeah. Yep. So to expand on that, when I came here, not only did I bring the vault equipment and all that technology and everything, and we have continued to grow on it. I mean, I have still learned so much new stuff with the vault technology from working here. Like, we're starting to look at, like, impulse and all that, and I won't go into that right now. But the biggest thing I said, it was like, hey, we also need to look at quad to hamstring ratio. And I was like, just starting here, I was kind of like, hey, guys, if I could say something. We got to look at the quad on the same leg. So quad on your left leg and hamstring on the left leg, and how similar they are or how different they are in strength. So when I was going through my master's program and everything, one of the main like research things that I worked on was like quad to hamstring ratio and how that can affect and how that can help the safety of a knee with ACL or just the knee in general. Mm-hmm. So the rule of thumb is your hamstring should be about 60% of the strength of your quad and above. I mean, like perfect is like 80%. Mm-hmm. So you can't just have jack quads.
No, my quads are too strong. I'm not saying my hamstrings are not strong, but
yeah, you can
I know.
You can hype yourself up a little bit. You got jack quads.
Nick called me the quad father.
I did call you the quad father.
Quadzilla.
Yeah.
I like the list goes on.
It was good. I like talking about I like hyping, if you got it.
Oh, you talk about my calves too a lot.
Good calves, really good calves. Shields, if you will. Really good calves. I was staring.
I mean, we're two good calf guys.
Do you believe calves are genetic?
No.
You think you can work them?
No.
I don't know. Like, and nothing against my pops, and I hope he listens to this. My dad is 61 years young, and I haven't seen a guy hit calves in the 26 years that I've been alive. But, like, if we had to, like, hide from a storm outside, I'd hide behind his calf. Yeah, looking at that quad to hamstring ratio is another, like I said, we look at more than just making sure you're at 90% LSI, limb symmetry index from your surgical side and non-surgical side. You dive into, like, the in-depth stuff. So, yeah, keep hitting those hamstrings, please.
Yes.
Please. They are very, very important. If you're very quad dominant, you have a lot of chance of developing like patellar tendonitis or some translation in the knee, and then it gets really scary.
Yep.
I don't want to scare you or anything, but these are all extreme case scenarios. And then another thing that Bobby kind of went over with me was how we kind of overload the surgical side and kind of maintain the non-surgical side.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps, like you said, like just doing single leg jumps on your surgical side, just doing more sets and more reps on your surgical side, whether that be like a quad exercise, hamstring exercise. That's something that I learned from ACL Dave, and it was cool to see them still doing it here. I mean, obviously, if you're doing a normal back squat, you're working both sides of the leg. So we really preach and we really work on keeping – we don't want you to lose strength in that non-surgical side, but we want to maintain it and make a bigger jump on that surgical side. So do you remember going through like all that overloading and everything?
Yeah, so Bobby would make me do it was 1 or 2 sets depending on the exercise, 1 or 2 sets on the right side, but 3 to 4 on the left side.
Yep.
And I remember, I don't think I ever told Bobby this. Probably might know this, but I would go to the gym and hit left leg day.
Left leg?
Yeah, because I was so insecure about the size of my leg.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing, the atrophy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so I would hit left leg day. Me and John would go to the gym, and John would be like, what are you hitting today? And I'm like, left leg day.
Left leg day.
For the 3rd day in a row.
Yeah. And that's what it takes, too. I mean.
Yeah, no, they paid off. But
you also need a day to recover, though.
Yeah.
You can't do 3 straight.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of muscle weight, whatever.
Atrophy,
like,
muscle mass.
It was bad. But, no, Bobby would make sure that I was doing sets on my right leg, too, not just straight left.
Yeah,
well, I tore my left
ACL.
Yeah.
Left ACL. I was a right ACL gang.
Two different stories.
2 different sides to the story. Literally. But, yeah, it was – and honestly, I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to, like, forget some of, like, the recovery that I did and rehab that I did in my ACL. I'm not saying that I'm, like, old, but I'm getting to that point. I'm pushing 30, 26. It's crazy. But I don't vividly remember doing, like, I mean, I feel my LSI is great. I do test myself on the vault stuff.
Do you actually?
Oh, yeah, I do. 100%. Because I'm still doing sand volleyball just went 3-0 yesterday.
Our game got canceled yesterday.
Yeah, we still played.
Really?
Stanley Park's different, dude. We grind. Yeah, playoffs next week. But so, like, I'm still doing stuff, and I want to. And honestly, a big thing too is like, Bobby wants to be playing this wiffle ball tournament Saturday, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to get hurt before my wedding. Like, if I get hurt before my wedding,
that would be
could
awful.
you imagine, dude? Oh my
Your
gosh.
fiancé would be pissed.
Knock on. Oh, I mean, I would crutch. There's no way I would get a surgery before my wedding. But, like, yesterday I'm warming up for my volleyball game, and my teammates are like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm doing ISOs for my knee right now. I got to warm up my tendons. Like, I don't want to, God forbid I take a bad – once something like that happens to you, it changes your life.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said.
No, I have my own routine that
Yeah.
I kind of picked and choose from Nick and Bobby's
Thank you.
warm-ups or workouts that I do to this day. My leg days could be structured around my knee or could not be structured around my knee.
Right.
But depends on how I'm feeling. But, no, I have a warm-up routine that I do before volleyball game. So I stretch the muscles out, stretch the quad out.
Yeah.
Really good. I stretch out my hamstrings a lot more than my quads, though, and my calves. The whole back of my leg, I make sure they got that really well. And then I get my muscles going with, like, A skips, B skips, or just normal
Just
skips.
getting those tendons prepped.
Yeah,
that's the biggest
that's
thing.
why I'm good at skipping.
Yeah, we didn't have A-skips back in the day, I guess.
No.
Yeah, I literally in college, like, I was the most stiff person you've ever met. Like, it was ridiculous. Was like, okay, I should probably start stretching a little bit more. And that hit me as I was learning about how to be more, like, learning the coursework that I was like, dude, we are training the completely wrong way right now.
Yeah. And then the last thing, I hit my hips a lot. I make sure those things.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't sleep on hips.
Yeah.
Tight hips.
I
tight
noticed
hips.
that when your hips are tight, then it follows to your knee.
Yes.
That and then it's
Zach,
like,
I'm so proud of you. You have learned so much. That is awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, if your hips are tight, then you got to make up the range of motion.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
It just makes it more frigid for your knee, basically.
Yeah, so my hips, I get my hips really well too. That's kind of my emphasis. Hips.
Love it.
I go down, hips down. So
Love that. Dude,
Yeah,
Come
so
on,
I got
man.
my routine that I do. Everyone else has their own routine. But
And none of this, I didn't tell you to say any of this. You're not getting paid for this. You honestly spent money for this. If anyone's thirsty right now, I would recommend grabbing a Pappy's. This is phenomenal.
Right,
This is
yeah.
my first shake from Pappy's.
Well, Nick, I was in this morning, and Nick is coming down to turf, and he goes, Zach, I'm really thinking about milkshakes right now. And I'm like, what flavor? And chocolate.
I said chocolate. Chocolate.
But the big thing was, where am I going to get this shake from?
Yeah,
I'm not going to go
choice.
to Andy's for the 100th time this summer.
Yeah.
So
and everyone's had an Andy shake.
I get Pappy's, the food. I don't go there enough for the ice cream.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
But
this is really good. Pappy's, if you're looking for a sponsorship, we are very much open to it. I will drink a milkshake every single podcast if Pappy sponsors us. I swear I will. I would love to try the strawberry one, too. I'm a big strawberry guy, too.
Oh, yeah? I like strawberry.
I don't know if I want to expose myself like that, but, dude, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
It's phenomenal. Moving on to our next point. You are one of the few, but you are the first person on the podcast that is currently playing college sports after ACL. Mm-hmm. So can you kind of tell us just what that transition was like for you? Not only, obviously, it's a big jump from high school to college sports in general, but what was it like going back and playing a college sport after an ACL injury and rehab?
All my coaches, all my teammates know that I tore my ACL, and my coach offered me and my twin brother John, while I was still recovering, and he was checking up on me all the time, just making sure I'm doing all right and all that. And then I went into the season, my senior season at Rice, and I did good. It definitely felt different.
Yeah.
Just being back there, not playing for so long. And then I was playing the season all throughout summer. And then once you get to college, it's Monday through Friday, every day. So then you kind of just naturally get it back. So right now I'm playing the best I've ever been playing.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's just all repetition, making sure you're playing every day.
Yeah.
So
now, do you, kind of shifting towards, the mental side again, too, do you still, do you have days or practices where, your knees, what you're thinking about, little tender, little sore?
Oh, yeah. I still wear a sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still wear a sleeve every time. I don't think Bobby likes that idea. I don't know. What do you think about that, wearing a sleeve?
So, I also wore, what was it, those Copperfit?
Yep.
The Copperfit sleeves?
Yep.
Yeah, I wore one of those because I was having a lot of tendon pain when I went back. Because like I said, I wasn't A-skipping at my physical therapy. I was doing a lot of balance, a lot of foundational strength, things like that. I was doing everything, knock on wood, good to be back and stay healthy ever since. But once I started full-on sprinting, full-on cutting, full-on change of direction, lateral bounce, things like that I haven't really done, my tendon was dude, what are you doing? It hasn't been loaded like that before. And that's why we do so many A-skips here. That's why we do the ISO things, because that gets the tendons prepped and the tendons able to understand and receive that load that they're getting again. So I didn't mind it, but I also started basically it's compensating for your tendons. It's compensating for the muscles around the knee. And in reality, it's kind of just weakening those muscles and those tendons because it's being compensated for. So the people that wear it during sports and whatever, I really don't think it's horrible. I think if it makes you feel better, honestly, whatever makes you feel better is probably the best for you to play better. Mm-hmm. But the people that wear it all the time, that's where I'm okay, you should, you got to take it off. Cause you're honestly just weakening the structure around it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's horrible. I did wear it for a while, and then honestly, it kept sliding down my leg.
Oh, okay.
And I was just I can't do this anymore. So I just started that was kind of my switch. I was okay, I'm done thinking about my knee. I'm going to be fine.
Mine started ripping. So I have holes in all of mine. I had to get new ones. But another thing was, the knee braces, the bulky ones, that was something that I absolutely was not going to do.
Yeah.
When I returned to sport.
A lot
I was
of
wearing that bulky brace.
Yeah.
And I wanted something different. So I thought the sleeve would be the best way to go.
Yeah, and it does. It helps for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the bulky one, there's no stability like that. Like if you're playing an offensive lineman,
Oh, yeah.
wear that.
You don't need it for volleyball, though.
Yeah,
You
I was
need
going
it
to
for
say.
basketball, though.
If you're on the line, you should wear it even if you don't have a knee injury, honestly.
Yeah, 100% agree. But, no, I just thought what was best for me was the sleeve, and it looks good. It feels good.
Good. I'm not telling you to hop off it, but
Yeah, but, no, my return to sport, going from high school to college, the level of play is way different, but in terms of my knee, because I know this is what this podcast is about.
I mean, it's just.
But no,
just
the
chilling.
knee has been feeling way better than ever.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's huge.
Yep.
And kind of going on to like the college level, what was like the biggest thing that you had to change? Like even it could be not even about your knee, like just from an athlete standpoint, like what was the biggest adjustment for you? Obviously college, everything's changing. Like you're living on your own, like you're not at home every day. Pappy's isn't down the street.
No.
You can't get milkshakes the way you want to.
No.
But what was the biggest change for you, like with your first year of college?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Thank you. I've gotten pretty good.
You're
at
good
this
at that.
thing.
You're good at that. Time management is for sure up there. That was my initial thought when you asked that question. Time management, because you don't have someone that's, your coaches are. My coach isn't like texting me all the time like, hey, you got this assignment due. You got practice at this time.
Oh, dude.
You got to be on top of your stuff. You got to get your homework done. You got to get to practice on time.
Yeah.
There's so many things that just you got lift.
Take me through a day. Like, what is a day?
A day in the life.
Yeah, day in the life.
A day in the life of Zach Mikrut.
Yes, please.
I usually wake up. I used to in the off season I would work out in the afternoon, but I worked out a couple times in the morning. But
Nice. Calves.
straight calf.
Left
leg day.
Left leg day.
But no, I'd wake up, do my morning routine, brush my teeth, wash my face, all
Thank
that. And then I'd go to I like my classes at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
I like to get it out of the way. So depends on the day, but I'll usually say that I get off at noon. We'll say that. Noon. I don't eat breakfast, though. That's the thing.
You gotta change that.
Okay. So I don't eat breakfast.
Okay.
I don't eat breakfast. I go straight to class.
Just like a bar. Like just start mixing in a bar.
Okay.
Or doing like a fruit,
banana.
a banana, or like me, I was the same way. I'm learning from experience. I was the same way.
I'm being honest,
And honestly, for some reason, it worked in college because like I just felt like I had infinite energy in college. Like if I had my day in a life in college and did it right now, I would survive a week, if that. So even I'll wake up in the morning, day in the life of Nick as a 26-year-old.
Okay.
Wake up in the morning.
Oh, I didn't finish my day in the life.
Oh yeah, finish yours first. But I'm just saying, eat breakfast
All right, I'll eat breakfast starting when I leave.
tomorrow. I want you to send me a picture of your breakfast bar.
Okay, I got you. So don't eat breakfast. I go to class 9, 10, 11. Usually I have 3 classes a day. And then I go to lunch for about 30 minutes. And then I go back. It depends on the day, but we'll usually have a team lift at around 3 or 4. Depends on the day again.
That's nice. That's like afternoon, kind of.
Yeah. And then if we're in season, which is the second semester, but first semester we'll have like a practice or like an open gym, depending on the day, because you can only have so many practices and all that.
Really?
Yeah, but we still do something every day.
Every day.
We're still playing volleyball, whether it's open gyms or more practices though. But we'll have a couple open gyms. But we'll do something with the team volleyball-wise at night, in season 4 to 6, out of season 6 to 8. And then I'll get dinner, whether it's before practice or after practice, and then I'll go to bed. My roommate has a Wii. We'll play Wii golf, Wii bowling.
Fun.
Whatever.
Wii sports.
Yep.
Nice. That's
Yep.
great.
And then in the midst of that, I'll do some homework here and there.
Gotta
at
do the
library.
homework. Gotta do the homework.
Yep.
And then why don't you tell everyone where you go to school too?
I go to Trine University. I'm going to be a sophomore.
That's
And,
crazy already.
Yeah. I'm on the men's volleyball team, obviously.
Yeah.
We've been talking about volleyball. And I study biomedical engineering.
Nice.
Yep. Kind of
Yeah. That's
what's around here.
we can take some of that.
Exactly.
We need some biomechanists.
I love it.
Biomechanists here.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you. Would you say like going through what you went through kind of pioneered you into that field?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%. I want to do something in healthcare, but I don't want to do no offense, I have a lot of respect to those who are physical therapists who are studying physical therapy, but I can't do 6 years of college.
It's a grind.
It's a lot. So the best thing I do is biomedical engineering. It's tough, but it's more math, and I wouldn't say I am the mathematic genius or anything, but I'd say I'm pretty strong in math. So
good.
Yep.
That's huge. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's this college like that schedule. So mine was like 6 a.m. lift, class, 8, 9, 10, 11, lunch, baseball practice, and then like homework, Wii Sports.
Yeah, right.
All that stuff. So like mine was like all front loaded. And same thing, like I would go to bed for 5 hours, wake up, rip an Alani, and I was like, I'm good.
I'm Team Red Bull, but
Yeah, I hopped off. Bobby actually, so my like first dad moment with Bobby was he's like, you got to stop the energy drinks.
yeah.
And I was like,
he gave me that.
Yeah, he gave you that spiel too, right? Yeah, he was like, dude, you gotta stop. I'm like, what am I supposed to drink? He's like, drink black coffee. And I'm like, okay.
I don't like coffee though.
It's an acquired taste. I had to grind through the first couple of weeks of it. Now, day in the life of a 26-year-old, I wake up, let my dog out, feed my dog, start my coffee, shower, breakfast bar. Sometimes I make eggs if I wake up in time. But I'm the same way. I wake up and I'm not that hungry, like at all. I don't have an appetite at all.
No.
But the coffee, low key, makes you hungry. I don't know why. Do you feel like that? No, it fills you up. Back on topic.
Yeah, right.
I've been asking this to every ACL that we have talked to, just because it's cool to hear your kind of view on it. But what is someone you would tell listening to this, or someone that is going through ACL injury or has had an ACL injury, or, you know, if they come across it in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is something that you would tell someone that is experiencing, you know, going through an ACL injury?
Another good question.
Thank you.
I'd say just don't give up and stick with it. Obviously, that's original, but
No, it's
don't
huge.
give up. Your PTs know more than you could ever know in your life. They're smart people, and trust everyone that you kind of work with through your knee. I have a lot of friends that are going through ACL injuries right now.
Yeah.
So I just tell them that stick with it, work hard, and you know, I was told this by someone, and they told me that what you put in is what you get out of it, and if you put your all, you'll get everything you ever wanted.
100%.
So that is the piece of advice.
And like I was saying too, we were talking about it yesterday, like it's easier, I feel like, to get motivated when you know you have like more of your career left. Like I knew when I tore my ACL, I brought this up the other day, yesterday, was like I literally signed my letter of intent, and then I had surgery like 12 hours later.
You told me that.
And I was like, okay, I have to get back to playing sports. Like I have to get back to play baseball. So like even for people that, you know, may not have something like that, it's still like, hey, you're going to want to have your full range of motion of your knee when you're back living your normal life. You're going to want to feel the same, if not better, when you get back to normal life. And it is a grind. Like I said, that first 2 months, you're like, just cut it off. You know what I mean? Like, and getting over that hump, you feel amazing. Then you start walking again, moving around again. And like I said, it's just like the constant. But it really, I think that's like the main thing that people are saying is like keep going with it.
Yeah, but then I said something creative.
Yes, I do like that. That what you put into it, that is huge. Because like, I'm sure you went home and did your at-home exercises.
Oh yeah,
that's the biggest. Like that is the number. Like could be the number one thing early on. Like going home and doing just straining your knee.
Yeah.
Or even if it's just like, hey, they tell you to ice for this amount of time, just ice it.
When you have to put the weight on your knee
to get the extension back and let it hang. Yep.
Yep.
It's like little stuff like that makes not only the PT's life easier, but it will make your life easier in the long run.
Yes,
because
exactly.
there can be times where there's a window of when you can get your range of motion back, and if you don't hit your marks by that time, like sometimes it's hard to just get it back without another surgical intervention.
Yeah, I was warned that many times that, hey, you got to do this.
And I feel like it's like
and you can't get anything. You can't get time back.
Well, yeah, you get smoked with. I mean, hey, you see your leg, it's a noodle. You're like, oh my god, there's so much going on in your head that you're like, okay, let me just take a breath, focus on what I need to do, what I can do to help the situation right now, and then just let everything kind of fall into place.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's I really like that one. No one said that one. That was
you.
very good.
Thank you.
You should be proud of that one.
What you put into it is what you get out of it.
That's it. I like that. We should T-shirt that. Core Sport, or like Core Sport.
Core Sport.
What you put in.
Sponsored by Pappy's, Vald,
and
Kaiser,
Run Rocket. Anyone, please. No. No, that's really, really good. Do you have anything else that you would want to say about your experience with ACL, say about your experience here? You can even say anything about Bobby if you want to. You can say anything about Alice if you have something about Alice. You know what I mean? Like literally anything you want to kind of close up the ACL talk with.
I mean, I can't thank Core Sport enough for everything that they've provided me, all the knowledge that I know, everything that through support, all that. Everyone in the building was just so supportive. But I can't thank Bobby enough. I know we were giving him crap earlier, but I can't thank Bobby enough. I can't thank Nick enough. I can't thank everyone in this building enough. But being in this building it was so special, and I'm super grateful for everyone in here.
Thank you.
Yep, of course.
That's awesome. And it's cool. Like, honestly, I appreciate you thanking me. Thank you for giving me a job, too. I appreciate that. That's meaningful. I mean that one. That is. But it's cool, like, listening. Like, obviously, you've been working with Bobby since you've been back. But, obviously, it's cool seeing you still doing what you're doing and doing it to the best of your ability. But honestly, like sitting down here, like listening to the knowledge that you retain from like Bobby and from everyone here, like that's cool because it's
stuck.
It's more.
Sure.
It's more than just like, okay, I gotta make sure my quads are strong. I gotta make sure my hamstrings are strong. Like you're understanding the deeper parts of it, and then again, that can help you in your field in the future. But like you're also using it to help your friends, like other people that are going through it too. Like it's ACL is the biggest pain in the butt that you'll go through. Hopefully in your life, but
yeah, I hope so.
You know, like geez. But like I said, there's so much that I learned from it. Obviously, it got me into the career that I am now. It's looking like you're following pursuit of that. So it's really, really cool to see someone kind of turn a crappy situation into a good one.
Yeah,
and it's really cool.
I was also mainly focused on being positive through all this.
Yeah,
you know, obviously those first 2 months were awful, and I was very negative. But then something just hit me where I just had to be a little bit more positive, more had to appreciate kind of where I'm at and where I'm going rather than what happened because I can't change it.
Right. You got to keep moving forward, man. This is really you're very inspirational.
Thank you.
I'm going to be honest. You're very good. I like that.
There was no script. I thought Nick was going to give me like what questions.
No, nothing. I'm like, dude.
No.
He was like, "Hey, what should I expect for the podcast?" I'm like, "Dude, we should do milkshakes."
Yeah.
And we got milkshakes. Shout out Pappy's. Buffalo chicken wrap Pappy's.
Chicken Caesar.
We'll talk about that later. Unreal. All right. So one of the last questions that I always ask is the buying stock question. Basically we're asking like who you're buying stock in. So this is like someone that you know. It could be someone that we know. It could be literally anyone. Of like who's someone that some people wouldn't know about that you're like, hey, this person has been working their butt off, doing great.
I'll go Jack Wiegis.
Nice, good one.
I always see him in here. He's always working his butt off in here. Literally every time I see him, he's working hard. So Jack Wiegis is my answer. I'm buying stock.
And Jack is give a little background on Jack.
So Jack was I've known Jack for 2 years, and he's already one of my best friends. So Jack originally is a Hinsdale South student. He went there for 3 years, and senior year he transferred to Brother Rice. That's where I graduated from, and we were on the same basketball team. He's always been such a great person off the court, but on the court he was he has different personalities on the court, off the court. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But no, Jack Wiegis is just one of my best friends ever, and just a kid who doesn't give up and always is working hard no matter where he's in. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he's in here a lot.
Jack Wiegis plays at Emporia State.
Yeah.
In Kansas.
He was a big part of that state run too, dude. That guy's a bucket.
Huge reason. There's countless names of props I could give to that state run.
That state run was unbelievable. Buy stock this week is a kid another one of my OGs right around the same time I worked with you. He honestly was like one of the first 3 vault assessments I'd done here. Just graduated from St. Rita. He's going to play college football next year. Yeah. Ben Perrick. Ben Perrick is gone through quite a bit with his knee. He didn't have an ACL, but he had another knee injury that he's been grinding out, and he honestly grinded it out all last year, was able to make the state run and play in it, even if he had to take like a drive or 2 off. Oh, yeah. Hardest working kid. One of the hardest working kids that I've worked with here. And he's in here so much that he comes in when he doesn't have an appointment just to do his exercises here with like no one working with him. And it's like the coolest thing to see because he is just trying to get, like I said, he's got that motivation to get back. And I think he's going to have one hell of a football season. That's awesome. Coming up. So he was one of my OGs, and I swear every time I look up and I'm working with someone and I look up, he's like doing his ISOs on the corner or something. And I'm like, dude, are you here every day? He's like, gotta get the knee right, Nick. And biggest smile. He's also the biggest kid. I mean, meeting him in the A gap would be alarming. Scary. Alarming. But he is like a giant teddy bear, though. Nicest guy I've ever met. One of. You're a great kid. You're very nice too. Thank you. But that's my stock. I'm hammering BP. I call him BP. Mm-hmm. Is this your first podcast ever?
This is my first podcast ever. I was so excited all week. I got the text in a group chat.
Yeah,
with Nick and Bobby, and I got so excited. That excitement hasn't gone down.
That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate it. I'm surprised.
I listen to a lot of podcasts too, and it's just cool being on one.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Being a special guest on a podcast.
I appreciate it.
Super grateful. It's an honor.
I appreciate it, and we thank you too for taking the time out of your busy life to be here. Thank you again for sharing a bunch. It's really cool doing this, and you're going to be. So we had John, and we had the 2 ladies, and then you're our 4th ACL that we've done. And honestly, all the stories like have their differences.
Everyone has a different story.
And that's what's, like I said, I mean,
it's the beauty of it.
Every ACL is different. Like there's no one that I've seen that's been like, oh, this guy's the same as this guy. Like we could say, oh, you're kind of like this guy or something like that. Yeah. But it's all been different, and it all, like I said it a lot yesterday, like iron sharpens iron. Like your experiences and things that you were going through kind of helped. It definitely helped us kind of turn into the clinic and deliver the kind of rehab that we do to our athletes. So thank you for that too. Of course. And finally, thank you for getting me a job. But thank you seriously for being there.
Of course.
All right, everyone. This was another episode of Between Sets Core Sport. I am Nick Dombroski here with Zach Mikrut. Cheers to everyone listening. Thank you.
Cheers.